The first exercise focuses on the glutes and the posterior chain, a group of muscles that includes the gluteus maximus, hamstrings, and the deep stabilizers of the lower back and pelvis. These muscles are central to nearly every movement the body performs, yet they are among the first to weaken when daily activity becomes limited or repetitive, as is often the case after 60. In younger years, these muscles are engaged constantly in walking, climbing, running, or simply standing from a chair. But over time, many people begin to rely on smaller, more superficial muscles to compensate for the diminishing strength in the posterior chain. This shift is subtle but consequential. The glutes and hamstrings are responsible for stabilizing the pelvis, supporting the lower back, and providing the power necessary for upright posture and safe movement. When they weaken, the body naturally compensates by shifting effort to other muscles or joints, which can lead to discomfort, reduced mobility, and even a higher risk of falls. Targeted exercises such as bridges, hip hinges, or weighted deadlifts are simple yet profoundly effective ways to engage these muscles fully. Each repetition involves activating the glutes and hamstrings, while maintaining spinal alignment and controlling the movement through the hips. This controlled activation not only strengthens the muscles themselves, but also improves the coordination between the glutes, core, and lower back, creating a system that can manage force more efficiently. As the muscles strengthen, the nervous system adapts in tandem. Neural pathways responsible for recruitment, timing, and force distribution become more refined, allowing movements to feel smoother and more controlled. This is particularly important for older adults because the ability to recruit the right muscles at the right time is a key factor in maintaining functional independence and preventing injury. Moreover, strengthening the posterior chain has a cascading effect on overall posture and biomechanics. When the glutes and hamstrings are active and strong, the pelvis remains properly aligned over the legs, reducing strain on the lower back and knees. Walking, climbing stairs, or even standing for extended periods becomes easier and less taxing. The spine benefits as well. The deep stabilizers of the back are activated alongside the glutes, providing a supportive framework that reduces slouching, encourages upright posture, and minimizes the pressure on intervertebral discs. Over time, these adaptations create a sense of stability and confidence in movement, which is crucial for maintaining mobility and independence in daily life. In addition to muscular and skeletal benefits, posterior chain exercises have systemic advantages. Activating large muscle groups increases circulation, stimulates metabolism, and improves the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to tissues. This contributes not only to strength but to overall vitality, helping the body maintain energy balance and responsiveness. Even a few carefully executed repetitions each day can begin to reinforce these processes. Consistency is key. The cumulative effect of repeated activation signals to the body that these muscles remain essential for movement. As the glutes and hamstrings regain strength and coordination, the body becomes more capable of handling the physical challenges of everyday life. Tasks that once felt tiring, such as bending to pick up objects or rising from a seated position, begin to feel smoother, safer, and more controlled. The posterior chain, often overlooked, is in fact one of the most critical systems for maintaining functional independence, stability, and resilience after 60, and dedicating time to its development transforms the body from within. The second exercise emphasizes balance and coordination, which are essential aspects of physical function that often decline quietly as we age. Balance is not simply a matter of standing still or walking in a straight line. It is the result of a complex interaction between the nervous system, muscles, and sensory feedback from the eyes, inner ears, and proprioceptive sensors in joints and connective tissues. After 60, many women begin to notice subtle shifts in balance, an increased sense of unsteadiness on uneven surfaces, hesitation when stepping onto a curb, or the need to rely more on hand support when standing from a chair. These changes are not inevitable, but they are often the result of reduced challenges to the body's balance systems. Walking, while beneficial for cardiovascular health, is a repetitive forward motion that rarely demands the precise coordination and micro-adjustments required to maintain equilibrium in unpredictable situations. For this reason, targeted exercises that specifically train balance and coordination are vital for sustaining independence and confidence in daily life. Single leg stands, lateral steps, and dynamic weight-shifting movements are examples of exercises that engage the systems responsible for stability. These movements require the body to constantly recalibrate, activating stabilizing muscles and sending continuous sensory feedback to the brain. When standing on one leg, the ankle, knee, and hip must work together to keep the body upright. And tiny adjustments occur in real time to prevent tipping or wobbling. The brain receives this input and refines motor responses, improving the speed and accuracy with which muscles respond to changing conditions. Over time, these neural pathways become more efficient, allowing the body to maintain balance even when faced with sudden shifts in terrain or unexpected perturbations. The act of lateral stepping, or controlled side-to-side motion, further enhances balance by challenging the body in directions it is less accustomed to moving. Most daily movements, including walking, favor forward and backward motions, leaving lateral stability underdeveloped. By incorporating exercises that encourage sideways movement, hip stabilizers, inner thighs, and glute muscles are activated in novel ways, strengthening the joints and ligaments that support them. This functional engagement not only improves stability during the exercise itself, but also carries over into daily activities such as stepping sideways to avoid obstacles or reaching for items at an angle, creating a broader range of safe movement in real life. Balance exercises also train proprioception, the body's sense of its position in space. Each small adjustment made during a single leg stand or lateral shift reinforces the connections between sensory feedback and muscular response. The body learns to anticipate movement, respond more quickly to instability, and maintain control even under uncertain conditions. This awareness extends beyond physical safety. It fosters confidence in movement, reducing fear of falling and encouraging more active engagement in daily life. The combination of muscular activation, neural training, and proprioceptive feedback makes these exercises a powerful complement to walking, providing benefits that repetitive forward motion alone cannot achieve. Finally, the subtle integration of breathing, focus, and controlled movement during balance exercises enhances the mind-body connection. Unlike walking, which can become almost automatic, these exercises require attention, presence, and coordination. Cultivating mindfulness alongside physical stability. Through consistent practice, the body and brain communicate more effectively. Muscles respond more efficiently, and everyday movements become smoother, safer, and more confident. Over time, balance and coordination are strengthened in a holistic way that preserves independence, reduces fall risk, and reinforces the body's capacity to adapt and respond to the challenges of life after 60. The third exercise emphasizes joint mobility, a critical component of functional movement that often diminishes quietly as we age. After 60, many women notice subtle stiffness in the hips, shoulders, or spine. Limitations that may initially seem minor, but can influence posture, movement efficiency, and even daily comfort. Walking, while providing low-impact movement, primarily engages the hips in a limited forward motion and rarely challenges the full range of motion of other joints. Without targeted mobility exercises, the joints gradually lose flexibility, connective tissues stiffen, and the body's natural fluidity diminishes. This reduction in mobility can affect everything from bending to reach objects. 2. Twisting safely or maintaining proper posture during extended periods of standing or sitting. By incorporating exercises that deliberately move the joints through their full range of motion, the body is reminded of its inherent capacity for flexibility and control, stimulating both tissue health and neurological coordination. Dynamic stretches, controlled rotations, and gentle hip openers are particularly effective in maintaining and restoring joint mobility. When the hips are moved through controlled abduction, adduction, and rotational patterns, the hip joint is nourished with increased circulation of synovial fluid, the natural lubricant that reduces friction between bones and maintains cartilage health. This fluid flow encourages flexibility and helps prevent stiffness that can restrict functional movement. The shoulders, which are highly mobile but often underutilized in older adults, benefit from controlled overhead movements, rotations, and retractions. These exercises maintain the range of motion necessary for daily tasks such as reaching for objects on high shelves. lifting groceries, or performing household chores with ease and confidence. Even the thoracic spine, a region often neglected, responds to gentle rotations and extensions, promoting an upright posture, improved breathing, and smoother coordination between the upper and lower body. The nervous system plays an equally important role in joint mobility. Movement stimulates sensory receptors within the joints, tendons, and surrounding muscles, sending continuous feedback to the brain about position and tension. This feedback informs the brain's motor planning, allowing it to adjust muscle activation patterns and coordinate movement more effectively. Consistent mobility practice. The body relearns how to move efficiently and safely through a wider range of motion. These adaptations are subtle but cumulative, improving posture, reducing compensatory movement patterns, and enabling more fluid transitions between activities such as bending, twisting, or standing from a seated position. Improved joint mobility also supports muscle function and strength indirectly. When joints move freely and without restriction, the surrounding muscles can contract and lengthen optimally. The glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, and core engage more effectively during functional movements, enhancing stability, balance, and strength. Conversely, restricted joints limit the capacity of these muscles to perform fully, leading to compensations that may strain the lower back, knees, or shoulders. By maintaining mobility, the body is able to use its muscles efficiently, distributing force safely and reducing the risk of injury. Beyond the mechanical benefits, joint mobility exercises foster a heightened awareness of movement and body alignment. Unlike repetitive walking, which can become automatic, these exercises encourage mindful engagement requiring attention to posture, range of motion, and controlled breathing. Over time, the combination of flexibility, neuromuscular coordination, and mindful movement cultivates a body that feels lighter, more capable, and resilient. Daily attention to joint health preserves functional independence, enabling older adults to perform routine tasks with ease, maintain confidence in movement, and continue participating fully in the activities that bring joy and purpose. In this way, mobility exercises transform simple repetition into a meaningful practice that nurtures the body's innate adaptability, flexibility, and resilience well beyond 60. The fourth exercise focuses on building functional upper body strength, a component of health that is often overlooked after 60. Many daily activities, lifting groceries, opening jars, carrying grandchildren, or reaching for objects on high shelves, depend on the coordinated strength of the arms, shoulders, chest, and upper back. Walking alone engages the lower body, but does little to stimulate these muscle groups, which can gradually weaken over time when not intentionally challenged. This decline is subtle but consequential, as it affects posture, coordination, and overall independence. Strengthening the upper body through targeted exercises ensures that the muscles remain capable of supporting both movement and stability, allowing the body to function efficiently in day-to-day life and reducing the risk of strain or injury. Simple resistance exercises such as wall push-ups, seated rows with resistance bands, or light dumbbell presses provide a safe and effective way to engage these muscles. Each repetition involves a coordinated effort among multiple muscle groups. The chest and shoulders generate the force to push or lift. The upper back stabilizes the scapula and spine, and the arms extend or bend with controlled movement. This integration not only strengthens the muscles themselves, but also reinforces the neural pathways that govern coordinated motion. Over time, the nervous system becomes more adept at signaling the appropriate muscles to contract at the right moment, improving the body's ability to execute functional tasks efficiently and safely. Beyond isolated strength gains, upper body exercises contribute to improved posture. Weakness in the shoulders and back often leads to rounded shoulders, forward head posture, or slouched alignment, which can exacerbate strain in the spine and neck. By activating and strengthening these muscles, the body regains support for an upright posture, reducing tension on the cervical and thoracic regions and allowing for better alignment throughout the torso. Improved posture also facilitates more efficient breathing, as the thoracic cavity opens more fully, enhancing oxygen intake and overall vitality. This integration of posture, strength, and movement coordination underscores how targeted upper body exercises influence. The body is a cohesive system rather than as isolated parts. Upper body strength exercises also support metabolic and cardiovascular health indirectly. Engaging large muscle groups increases blood flow, stimulates oxygen delivery to tissues, and encourages efficient nutrient exchange, which helps the muscles recover and grow stronger. Repeated activation of these muscles maintains basal metabolic activity, contributing to energy regulation and overall physical resilience. In older adults, this is particularly valuable, as maintaining lean muscle mass helps stabilize blood sugar levels, regulate weight, and preserve functional capacity over time. Another critical aspect of upper body training is the reinforcement of confidence and independence. The ability to lift, reach, or stabilize oneself with strength and control enhances a woman's sense of bodily autonomy, allowing her to navigate daily life with less reliance on assistance. These exercises, while simple, send a profound signal to the body that its capacity for action remains vital, encouraging consistent engagement and adaptation. By practicing these movements regularly, the muscles, nervous system, and connective tissues adapt together, creating a resilient network that supports mobility, functional strength, and a renewed sense of confidence. Over weeks and months, these exercises provide a foundation for safer, more efficient movement, preserving the independence and quality of life that are so essential in the years beyond 60. The fifth exercise emphasizes the integration of mind and body, cultivating control, awareness, and deliberate coordination, which are often diminished with age. After 60, many women notice that movements that once felt effortless now require more focus, and the body seems less responsive to sudden shifts or unexpected changes in terrain. This is not simply a result of aging, but reflects the natural adaptation of the nervous system to habitual, repetitive movements. Walking, while beneficial for cardiovascular health and general mobility, rarely challenges the brain and muscles to communicate with precision or to respond dynamically to subtle imbalances. Exercises that combine slow, tensional movement with balance and strength components stimulate these neural pathways, reinforcing the body's capacity to adapt, respond, and move with confidence. Controlled squats, slow lunges, and gentle flow-based movements are examples of exercises that emphasize mind-body integration. Each repetition requires conscious engagement of multiple muscle groups while maintaining posture, alignment, and stability. The glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, and core are activated simultaneously, while the nervous system coordinates timing, force distribution, and balance. The process involves constant feedback from proprioceptors in the joints and tendons, which communicate the position and tension of the body to the brain. With repeated practice, these signals become sharper, allowing the body to anticipate shifts, adjust posture, and maintain control in complex or unexpected situations. This ongoing dialogue between mind and body strengthens both the physical and cognitive aspects of movement, creating a more responsive and resilient system. The integration of mindfulness within movement also enhances body awareness. Focusing on alignment, controlled breathing, and the rhythm of motion fosters a deeper connection to the body's capabilities. This awareness encourages more efficient movement patterns, reducing compensatory habits that may strain joints or muscles. For instance, as the body learns to engage the core and glutes in a controlled squat, the lower back is protected, the knees track properly over the ankles, and the overall posture becomes more stable. These adjustments are not only beneficial during the exercise itself, but carry over into daily activities such as bending, lifting, or reaching, improving functional movement, and reducing the risk of injury. Mind-body exercises also support confidence and psychological resilience. Older adults often hesitate with new or challenging movements due to fear of falling or discomfort. By practicing deliberate, controlled exercises that integrate balance and strength, women regain a sense of autonomy and trust in their bodies. Each successful repetition reinforces the understanding that the body is still capable, adaptable, and responsive. This mental reinforcement complements the physical improvements, creating a virtuous cycle in which confidence encourages continued movement, and continued movement enhances stability, strength, and awareness. Finally, These exercises cultivate a holistic sense of vitality. They combine strength, balance, coordination, and focus into a single practice, training the body to respond to diverse demands in daily life. Beyond the muscular and neurological benefits, they reinforce the adaptability of the human system, reminding the body that capability is preserved through attention, repetition, and intention. Over time, mind-body exercises create a foundation of control, stability, and confidence that supports functional independence, reduces risk of falls, and enhances overall well-being. Through consistent, mindful engagement, the body not only maintains strength and coordination, but also deepens its awareness of movement, posture, and resilience, ensuring that each step, reach, or bend is performed with purpose and safety, extending vitality well beyond 60.